Matt Lauer was one of the first and biggest scalps that the Time's Up hashtag Me Too movement took. But it seems to have taken a while for anybody to come forward and really start hammering him. Until now, we got this article coming to us from page 6. Matt Lauer fires back against NBC staffer who accuses him of forced entry. This is written by Leah. Yeah, I'm not trying your last name there, darling. Matt Lauer fired back against the former NBC staffer who has now publicly accused him of forced entry, saying in lengthy response to Wednesday that she seemed to know exactly what she wanted to do and slamming her story as filled with contradictions. Now, this is apparently the young lady, Brooke Nevels. I'm not sure which one it is, but I am sure she's missing an upper lip. My goodness, girl. What are you doing? Nah, nah, she's not a 35 percenter. I would put her more along the lines of a 15 percenter. She's definitely not that missing upper lip thing is kind of bugging me, but wet and warm, and we're guys, so I'm pretty sure Matt Lauer. I would expect Matt Lauer to be like, if he's having an affair with a chick, for it to be a little higher up. But chemistry is chemistry, and she was probably throwing it like, hey, yo, I'll definitely have some enthusiastic fun with you. So yeah, I can see him take definitely what is what's the term I want to use, popping that notch. The ousted Today Show's host admitted that he had an extramarital affair with Brooke Nevels in 2014 when he was married, but claims their relationship was entirely consensual. In a new book by Ronan Farrow, Nevels accused Lauer of anally forcibly entering her in a Sochi hotel room in 2014 during the network's Olympic coverage. In a new book, it is alleged that an extramarital but consensual sexual encounter I have previously admitted having was in fact an assault. Lauer wrote in an open letter sent through his lawyer, Libby Locke. It is categorically false, ignores the facts, and defies common sense. He goes on to say in the nearly 14,000 word piece that the alleged encounter in Sochi was the first of many sexual encounters between us over the next several months. There was absolutely nothing aggressive about that encounter. Brooke did not do or say anything to object. She certainly did not cry. She was fully enthusiastic and a willing partner, Laura wrote. At no time did she behave in a way that made it appear she was incapable of consent. She seemed to know exactly what she wanted to do. The only concern she expressed was that someone might see her leaving my room. She embraced me at the door as she left. So I've adopted this new policy. Take it to the police or take it to the grave. That's it. Anything in between. Like, because really, when it comes to such accusations, it's really just he said, she said. And to tie up courts and to tie up, and to wreck somebody's life off of an allegation is not good. It's completely antithetical to our justice system, which yes is flawed, but A, isn't China's, and B, doesn't what's the name is supposed to presume innocence until proven guilty in a court of law. So you have to have evidence and you have to be able to convince a jury or a judge that something took place. Not just, oh, well, something took place, but here I am. Also, because this happened in 2014, so we're talking about 5 years ago. And on the span of that 5 years, you never went and got a kit. You never went and saw the police. So to sit here and put it in a book all these years later, I feel is slanderous. Seriously. Lauer goes on to accuse Nevels of making false accusations against him because she was hurt by how abruptly their affair ended. The old saying, there's no fury like a woman scorned. He also painted her as being driven by money and shopping a book deal within a year after filing her complaint with NBC Human Resources, despite saying she wanted to remain anonymous. Now she is making outrageous and false accusations to help sell a different book and stepping into the spotlight to cause as much damage as she can, Lauer wrote. But Brooke's story is filled with contradictions, which Brooke is to be believed. Hey, it looks like Tim Pool a little bit. In this picture, it's the beanie. With the beanie makes me just reminding me of Tim Pool. Like, this is Tim Pool in 30 years. In the book, Neville's told Farrell that she was terrified over the control she believed Lauer had over her career at NBC, a claim the 61-year-old dad of three slapped down. At no time during our relationship did Brooke work for me, the Today Show, or NBC News. He said she worked for Meredith Vieira, who had not worked for the Today Show in several years, in a completely different part of the network, and I had no role in reviewing Brooke's work. He claimed to have people who can back him up. There are people who fully understand the actual dynamic that existed between Brooke and me, he wrote. They have reluctantly and quietly reached out in the past 2 years and shared what they know. They have accurately described Brooke and her role in this affair. I hope those people will understand that these allegations cross a serious line, and what they can share is a vital truth, even if it may seem unpopular. Lauer also addressed now infamous claims that he had a desk button that allowed him to lock his office door. Despite numerous erroneous reports in the past, there was not a button in my office that could lock the door from inside. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it really was one of the more, like, how do I put it? It's such an evil thing to do. Like, in a lot of ways, like, you ain't going nowhere, woman. And, you know? That kind of that it does seem like just a little beyond pair, but let's continue. There was no such locking mechanism. It didn't exist. NBC confirmed this fact publicly following my termination. The disgraced journalist, whose only public statement on the allegations against him came in April 2018, said he's speaking out this time around because my silence has been a mistake. Today, nearly 2 years after I was fired by NBC, old stories are being recycled, titillated details are being added, and a dangerous and defamatory new allegation is being made, he said in the letter. All are being spread as part of a promotional effort to sell a book. It's outrageous. So after not speaking out to protect my children, it's now with their full support I say enough. That's the entire statement, and I think that's the end of the video. Well, not the video. Well, we're close to the end of the video, but the end of the article. Deal is that, you know, he did catch a lot of heat when the accusations first came out. But once again, like, it's like with Weinstein. There's now a new Weinstein accuser who's like, oh my goodness, yes, when I was working for him, he was doing this, that, and the third. No police report. Take it to the police or take it to the grave. Sorry, Miss Nevels. As far as your allegations and everything else like that, it's not that I wouldn't like to believe you. It's just that there needs to be evidence, not just your word versus his. Because that, and the crazier part is that there's a ton of women who are more than happy to be like, oh yeah, girl, because to just believe women, and unfortunately, that doesn't work. That can't help. That's nothing but anarchy to just automatically believe women without evidence, without any type of documentation that says that can back up their claims, particularly claims of something that happened 5 years ago. Nah, I cannot give you the benefit of the doubt in that. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, yeah, go ahead and do that too. I ain't scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring, and YouTube and bitch you don't like. They don't like me like that, but it's okay. Still love them. And speak. Let me know. What do you think in the comments? Is this, like, do you believe that there's any validity to this, or is she just looking for a paycheck? Because that's what it feels like, at least over on my end, but you may disagree. And that's what my comment section's for. And until the next one.